Hey guys, welcome back to FOLITY, the channel where we celebrate people doing things that absolutely nobody asked for, because why would they? But hey, who doesn't love a little bit of self-inflicted torture, right? Today, we've got an exciting story that'll have you thinking, wow, I feel tired just hearing about this. Let me introduce you to Neil Agius. Yes, you heard that right. The 38-year-old former Olympian who apparently decided that retirement should be a little more wet. So, Neil thought, hey, you know what sounds like a great idea? Swimming non-stop for 3 days straight. Because what else are you going to do on a Saturday morning? So, on September 21st, good old Neil hops into the water at Gadira Bay in Malta at the bright and chipper hour of 9 a.m. And for the next 60 hours, yep, you heard that right, 60 hours, Neil decided to reenact what I assume is some kind of elaborate cry for help, or patriotic duty. By Monday evening, at around 9:40 p.m., when most of us were binging Netflix or trying to avoid Monday blues, Neil finally decides to rejoin us, mere mortals, on dry land. After swimming a casual 87 miles, because anything less would have been far too normal, right? Scoffs. But hold on, this wasn't just any swim. Oh no, this was a record-breaking swim. Neil decided his 2021 record of just over 78 miles wasn't dramatic enough, so obviously he had to one-up himself. Gotta love a guy who competes against himself, right? Now, you're probably wondering, what would possess a human to put themselves through such agony? Don't worry, Neil has an answer for that. In an exclusive with the Malta Times, he said, this wasn't about him. No, it was for Malta. That's right, folks. The guy practically turned into a human fish to represent his entire country. As he crawled out of Gadira Bay, likely questioning every life choice that led him to that moment, a group of supporters, because of course there were, greeted him with cheers. I mean, if you're going to swim around Malta, Gozo, and Camino like some sort of saltwater superhero, the least people can do is clap, right? Oh, and don't worry, the politicians showed up for the photo op. Prime Minister Robert Abela, because where else would he be on a Monday night? And the European Parliament President, Roberta Metsola, even gave him a shout-out on Facebook. Because nothing screams, thank you for representing our country, like a Facebook post. Am I right? Metsola went on to call Neil a Maltese legend and an extraordinary athlete. And because hyperbole clearly knows no bounds, she even described him as the personification of never give up. No pressure for the rest of us who, get winded climbing a flight of stairs. But the fun doesn't stop there, guys. After dragging himself through an 87-mile saltwater marathon, Neil took to Instagram to give us all a little update on his recovery. Spoiler alert, he hasn't been napping the whole time. I know, shocking. Neil, who sounds way too cheerful for someone who just swam for 3 days, shared that sleep has been difficult. Apparently, swimming for that long wreaks havoc on your mouth and nose. Who knew? Neil's nose and mouth sustained the worst damage, and by damage we mean ulcers, peeling skin, and overall regret. You can thank salt erosion for that lovely image. But don't worry, Neil assures us his shoulders, chest, and back are doing great. Because clearly, priorities. And if all of this sounds too glamorous, Neil also invites us to ask him questions about, wait for it, the hallucinations and sleep deprivation he experienced. Yep, nothing says, ask me anything, like delirium brought on by hours of non-stop swimming. So folks, what do we take away from this? Maybe that swimming around the Maltese Islands for 3 days straight is a totally reasonable thing to do. Or maybe that Neil Agius is, as some people like to say, a legend. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a reminder to always double-check your vacation plans before committing to something insane like this. Who knows? Anyway, until next time, stay dry, stay sane, and don't sign up for any swim challenges that last longer than your Netflix binges.